Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What could we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to around with the United States. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
What's the plan? It's 5 a.m. on the East Coast right now. Donald Trump just announced that the U.S. military has captured Nicolas Maduro and his wife, the president of Venezuela, after we bombed Venezuela in the middle of the night, focusing on their capital city. And I'm just curious, what's the plan? What are we going to do with Maduro, with his wife? Where are they going? What's next for Venezuela?
Morning, Jonathan. Look, I'm angry. On behalf of Americans.
Trump has posted, "We kidnapped Maduro."
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've already heard about President Trump attacking and successfully capturing Maduro and his wife, the president and first lady of Venezuela. So the fake news and a bunch of liberals are melting down about this as usual, even though President Barack Obama has bombed so many places, including Syria, Iraq after the war was over, Afghanistan, Somalia, which is a big topic of discussion these days, and many other places.
Last night, on my orders, America's armed forces began strikes against ISIL targets in Syria.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
I authorized military action to stop the killing and enforce UN Security Council Resolution 1973.
And I didn't hear them complain, not even a single time. And no, he didn't have congressional approval to do any of that. And yet here we go with the fake news and a bunch of left-wing lunatics over here crying about the dictator, the thing that they claim to hate so much, being toppled. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
Good morning, Jonathan. Look, I'm angry. On behalf of Americans, on behalf of Congress, and most importantly, on behalf of our service members who were put in harm's way. And this was not necessary. This was not legal. And we saw this coming.
Well, Trump just bombed Venezuela for no reason. He just attacked an innocent country for no reason. This is how bad those files are. The wartime president just started World War III. And you maggots did this to our country. You did this with your pig-headed ignorance. Fuck.
Going into another country with enough firepower to take their president and then saying you're going to charge their president with criminal charges in our country is such an insane breach of sovereignty. I'm like so shook.
Yeah, just a quick question. Just so we're all aligned in 2026, we know we're not the good guys, right?
Okay, well, if you're not a bot, which you might be, I don't even care. Do you know what happens when the United States starts bombing and invading a sovereign country?
To be more clear, the United States bombed Venezuela and then abducted their president and his wife.
Be honest. Who's secretly rooting for Venezuela and Iran?
Donald Trump, yo sé que posiblemente tú no vayas a ver este video. Yo lo sé, lo tengo claro. Pero coño, no nos puedes quitar el privilegio de mostrarnos una foto de ese coño de su madre tras las rejas, ¿vale? Por favor, te lo pedimos. Hoy es el mejor día de nuestras vidas para todos esos venezolanos. Dios mío, hoy es un día bendecido que nunca vamos a olvidar.
Yo creo que nadie que entiende la emoción. Pero desde mis 7 años me tocó vivir en un país donde me arrebataron mi infancia, me arrebataron todo.
Listen, there is a briefing process, an authorization process for a reason. The founders knew that going to war in any country was something that had tremendous consequence to the American people, and it had to rest with Congress. And we're not talking about a full briefing of Congress, by the way. The traditional procedure is the Gang of Eight would be briefed. There would be conversations. There would be, discussion about what the plan is for the day after. I mean, you can see there's no discussion about what the plan is for the day after.
Let's bear in mind that this is exactly what people are saying that they hope that someone will come to the United States and do to President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump as well. Not to mention all right wingers. There's been people saying that they hope that all of us are killed. And specifically, some people have pointed out black conservative men, because how dare they speak out against the black queens who keep voting Democrat and yet are yielding absolutely no positive results for doing so, except for, I guess, the right to abort their black children. And I'd be remiss not to mention the fact that this isn't just some dictator that we were just trying to help the world out with. This was a massive narco-terrorist who were sending drugs on a lot of those boats that Democrats complain about were getting blown up by the president, claiming it's illegal, even though obviously it's not, but that's what they keep saying. Those drugs were coming in on those boats, along with many other ways that it was happening. So this was actually directly affecting and killing United States citizens. So we got to put all this time and money and effort into trying to seize these boats and find the criminals and trying to stop it, and the stupid game of cat and mouse. And now this has been devastated because their leader effectively has been captured and is going to pay for his crimes.
Everybody, Tim Burchett. I'm sure everybody's waking up to the news of what's going on in Venezuela right now. They took out Maduro, the dictator down there. He was convicted in drug court. He's a narco-terrorist. They pump tons of that junk into our kids' veins in this country and would do absolutely nothing to stop it, funded by those folks. And he took over Venezuela several years ago, became dictator, seized all the oil production, and currently is the Chinese delegation, Chinese Communist Party, was meeting with him. And we believe they were orchestrating a partnership with that oil. And of course, they would use that oil when they tried to move on Taiwan. They'd need that in a major military operation like that. So it's really a two-prong type deal. We took out a drug dealer and we preserved peace in our friends Taiwan in one swoop. Of course, the media is going to be pitching a fit that they were not, and the left wing of our Congress is upset that they weren't briefed on this. Of course, they weren't briefed. They would have run straight to the media. The same thing they did when Soleimani was taken out, and Trump took him out with a strategic missile strike. And so, as you see on the History Channel, what happens with drug dealers, thugs, and international thugs and dictators and mobsters, they always either swing them by a rope, shot in some alley, or take an international perp walk and getting ready to do some serious time. And that's what's going to happen to Maduro. He's been seized, and his wife, DEA, had him. And so I think he'll be away for a long time.
So as President Trump said, Maduro did not want to F around with the United States, but now it's too late and it's time for the find out phase. But I agree with what President Trump did here. Let me know what you think about it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Big shout out to my members, Cyber Noodle, 655, Bella Scott, and Carpentier John. Could not do it without you.
I just want to talk to you, America.
Guys, history is being made in real time. There are hundreds of people here. Tell me, why did you want to be out here?
Well, okay, before I begin, I just want to talk to you, America, and I hope you have your coffee when I tell you this, but these are great news. All eyes on Venezuela. These are historical news. This is history in the making. I mean, my chest, it feels like it's gonna explode with joy. Like President Donald Trump and Maria Corina Machado just created an opportunity for us to begin working harder than ever, because that's what we have always been doing, but now we will be working in our country. But you know, we also have worked so hard here in the United States to build so much things, and I just want to thank you, America. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to work. Yeah, come celebrate with us. We love everybody because you, America, has loved us so much. So much. Thank you, America.